Marco Antonio Muñoz was a 39-year-old father from Honduras who made the difficult trek to the United States with his wife and with a 3-year-old boy. They came here in May after his brother-in-law was murdered by a drug gang near Copan. Honduras has one of the highest homicide rates in the world, and they just wanted their family to be safe. The family crossed into the United States on May 12th in Granjeno, Texas, a popular crossing point for Central American families and teens who want to turn themselves in and seek asylum in the United States. I know a little bit about families like the Muñoz family. I lived in Honduras in 1980 and 81, and I've returned a number of times, most recently in 2015. The violence in these neighborhoods is severe, driven by gangs connected to a drug trade that has its origins in American demand for illicit drugs produced in Mexico, Central and South America. The violence in these Honduran neighborhoods has a direct connection to the sad reality of addiction in the United States. When a family like the Muñoz family leaves their home, they leave everything behind, and all they have is each other. When the Muñoz family were taken into custody in the United States, Border Patrol agents told them that the Trump zero-tolerance policy meant that they had to be separated. And Mr. Muñoz, the father, had a panic attack. As one border agent said, quote, "They had to use physical force to take the child out of his hands." That is called being a parent. If you try to take my child out of my hands, I will hold on with every ounce of strength in my body. And they took Mr. Muñoz away. They put him in a car to take him to a kennel-like jail, and he fought in the car. He tried to escape when they took him out of the car. When they put him in the kennel, he rattled the cage that he was in. They decided the cage wasn't strong enough, so they then transported him to a regional jail in McAllen, Texas, and put him in a padded cell. And the next morning, when they came to visit him, he was dead in his cell, a victim of suicide with a piece of clothing wrapped around his neck. An agent who found him expressed confusion about why Mr. Muñoz would, quote, choose to separate himself from his family. It wasn't Mr. Muñoz who chose to separate himself from his family. It was a decision by this administration to punish him and his family that separated him from his family. And with no knowledge when or if he would see his wife and 3-year-old son again, he killed himself. When you've left your entire life behind and all you have is your family, how can anyone fail to understand how painful it is to lose them? And so as we try to reassemble 2,300 families that this administration has spread to the winds, there will be at least one 3-year-old boy who will not be able to reunite with his father. I ask this president, I ask the Attorney General, I ask the Secretary of Homeland Security, was it worth it? Was it worth it?